This you can carry on, Namdeet.
Yeah, thank you, Anilji. So, Dr. Chetna and Praneeta are already here. I
They're
think
visible. You ask
we,
Praneeta if somebody else has also joined
yeah, Dr. Sivakumar and Bhagyalaxmi ji.
Sir, Deepali has joined with us.
Okay.
with the police.
Sir, I'm also available with Praneeta ma'am.
Sir, myself and Deepali have joined from the same system, and Dr. Bhagya has joined us from our Bangalore Staff Claims Hub.
Acha. Then all of you are coming now, I think.
So, Praneeta, how are you, first of all?
Sir, we are very good. Thank you so much. And it's a privilege to be part of this wonderful interaction. And I'm personally very delighted to hear Mr. Anil Sharma today. And I think this meeting is very much, incomplete without him.
Great. Yeah,
Thank
absolutely
you.
correct.
Thank you.
Absolutely correct. So, Praneeta, can you start with something which you would like everybody else to know what is new and what is the any latest development or whatever you want to start with? You can start with it, and then we can continue with the queries and questions and answers and everything else.
So today I would like Dipari to say something on the platform because she's been looking in this staff claim since long now. And I think everyone is interacting with her on a daily basis. Just a moment. So, are we audible?
Yeah, we are able to hear you. I can hear.
Sir, good afternoon. My heartiest good afternoon to all of the members, sir. First of all, it has
Good
been,
afternoon.
I have been looking after from past 1.5 year, and it has been a great experience working with all of you, sir, with so much of experience and with HITPA also. And would like to know how you have been got the experience while dealing with me.
So, for this staff mediclaim policy, we would like to say that New India Assurance is completely on a different track from rest of the PSUs. I think New India is taking care very well for their staff claims. The HO team is regularly looking into all the claims, resolving all the issues. So,
Hi, Praneeta. I think there is some lag or internet connection problem with your system. If you can hear me, we are not able to. Your frame has freezed and no voice is coming.
Let the Praneeta take over.
yes, sir. I think we just got disconnected. Were
Yes,
you able to hear me?
yes. Now we can hear you.
Yes, sir. So I was just referring to Sir New India HO's intervention on the staff policy. I think they have been working it very effectively. They have been able to reduce the ICRs. look into all the issues of the employees and retirees on pan-India basis, which we have coordinated with them, worked upon, and I think we are able to provide good services to all the employees.
Again, we have lost you.
Sir, I think we are there now.
Yes.
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 Praneeta, there is a problem with the audio of Miss Chetna. It is better you take over.
Now we can see you.
Sir, we are
Hello? Dr. Chetna, you are not audible.
नहीं उनको बोलो या तो हॉटस्पॉट
Sir?
यूज करो करके ऑफिस
You are
का
not
कभी-कभी
audible. Dr.
Sir, you
Chetna,
can hear me now?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. You can hear me, sir?
yeah yes
Yes, sir.
We can see you as well as hear you. Please continue.
Thank you, sir.
thank you, Dr. Badia.
You're welcome, sir.
Sir, you have any queries? I think we can take over because they have asked us to join for clarifications.
Dayaji, you are on mute.
Yeah. So we can start now, Murthy ji?
Yes, you can start.
Yeah, sure. Okay then.
Let me introduce Dr. Daya.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll say good evening. And
Good afternoon.
and season's greetings to you all because a lot of festivities are coming. So all the best wishes on these festivals to everyone. Now, certain queries have come during our discussions on, and Mr. Murthy has basically enumerated them in various things, but 3 or 4 I will take up at the first thing. One is, in most of the cases when the cancer patient is discharged from the hospital, after hospitalization he is discharged, and then either the chemotherapy goes on or some treatment goes on. Maybe during that treatment, maybe every month or quarterly, some tests are conducted, PET is conducted. So we'll just like to know whether all these tests along with this post-hospitalization treatment, whether it is covered under the policy or not.
It is covered, sir. If there is a main claim which we can make this as a pre-hospitalization or as a post-hospitalization, these tests and consultations can be covered. If the person is not hospitalized or not being treated as a daycare for any injection which is to be given as chemotherapy, and the person is on oral chemotherapies, so for those conditions, oral chemotherapy pre-post also, we pay along with oral chemotherapy drug, PET CT and related consultations and investigations.
Okay. See, I forgot. I am Dr. J.S. Dahiya. I retired from United India Insurance Company as general manager. I worked in New India before that for 31 years. My assignment was at Bombay as DGM MRO1. So after that, on my promotion, I went to United. So all are welcome here. And the second question here is, sometimes what happens, a patient is admitted into the hospital emergency basis, and lot of tests goes on and on. He may be given some medicines for controlling his diarrhea, controlling his fever and something like that. But finally, after a few days, 2 days, 3 days, or maybe after 7 days, lot of tests are conducted, but doctors are unable to find any disease specific, and their diagnosis is still pending, and he is discharged. What happens to the hospitalization cost which he incurred for 1 day, 2 day, or 3 day, or 4 day?
So in such kind of hospitalizations, we look into the presenting complaints of the person, the vitals, and if the treatment has been given to symptomatically address to his concerns, and even though there is investigations done and there is no final diagnosis, but the person is symptomatically treated and there is reduction in his symptoms, even then we accommodate the claim and the claim is admissible because there has been an active treatment for his symptoms. But in case the person is hospitalized, investigated, but there is no active management done and only done with IV drips or with only paracetamol one dose or oral medications, in such conditions, the claim will not be addressed.
Okay, you mean to say that there is no treatment for that? It was just... Yes. Okay, so if there is no treatment, then all tests and all those things for diagnosis where final diagnosis is not there, such claims are not admissible.
Because the person's symptoms are also not warranting an IP admission and treatment.
Yeah.
It could as well be treated on an OPD basis and investigation done. But when the person's symptoms are severe, where the person is not being able to manage on an OPD basis, admission is mandatory because his vitals are deranged. And on hospitalization, his vitals are being stabilized and he's being investigated. And his symptoms are reducing and his vitals are coming to stability. In such situation, the claim is admissible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, doctor.
I would like to intervene here. There is a basic condition in all the medical claim policies we have, which says that the condition of the patient should be serious enough to be hospitalized. So the vitals, if the vitals are, the parameters are wayward and haywire, and the condition of the patient should be serious enough, the attending doctor has to certify that the condition of the patient at the time of hospitalization was serious enough to be hospitalized. So I suppose it will qualify for the claim.
Yeah, Navneet, I agree with you. But in certain cases, the condition may not be that, but he is hospitalized and doctor says that we will be diagnosing you after some tests. So he is there for more than 1 day or more than 2-3 days when final diagnosis is not there. There are cases and a lot of cost the patient incurs. But still, because there is no final diagnosis and vitals, they fluctuate maybe, but not in that seriousness. But doctor says that you have to stay in the hospital. I do not know why they say that way. It could be OPD also. But whatever it is, finally, Dr. Chitra, and you have clarified that those things. Thank you. The other question is, normally, see, I have been taking my mother and mother-in-law to the hospital, though they are not in this Mediclaim, they have their own policies. But one thing is coming up, Dr. Chitra, I think she should be there. Navneet, you are on the screen. The thing is that in the evening, the hospital says, okay, you are being discharged tomorrow morning. And that discharge never comes. It goes on up to 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. In some cases, hospital sends a request for final authorization from the TPA. And that authorization also comes sometime, but patient doesn't know that authorization has come, or it comes very late. I do not know. I'll not blame the hospital or whatever it is. But in the evening, when patient comes to know that he will be discharged tomorrow and there is no complication, so how the HITPA and hospitals manage together, or they understand each other, that the discharge is in time, so that the next half day or full day is not charged to the patient. It happens sometimes. So how do we manage that?
In such situations, I think when the doctor decides the person can be discharged, the initiation of discharge process can be taken up by the hospital. Suppose we are going to discharge tomorrow morning at around 10 o'clock, then the a room will be accommodated in the bill.
Yeah.
So they know that by 10 o'clock tomorrow the person is getting discharged. So they can send that bill in advance, which includes tomorrow's room rent, but it should not be crossing more than 24 hours. So because there are billing patterns in certain hospitals where they bill from 12 p.m. to 12 p.m. Some people bill for the whole day. Some people bill from 12 p.m. to 12 p.m. That is their billing pattern. Based on the hospital's billing pattern, the room rent will be either included or it will be already included in the bill and it can be sent across. We would be approving the claim and the person is very well in advance has received the announcement, so they can move out in the morning the moment the doctor says.
Doctor, fine. I know that you will be reimbursing whatever charges they will make because the patient is not discharged on same day. Half day charges will also may be there or whatever charges they will have because. But I have personally seen that in last month that they told me in the evening that you are being discharged tomorrow, and it took me 6 hours to pay the final bill because I was going from IPD to the registration desk to the room again, then to the doctors, and they are preparing the final discharge summary, which takes sometimes 2 to 3 hours and all that. The purpose is not that you don't the claim is not coming up, but how to reduce that time because the sum insured to every patient is different, and then maybe he is exhausting his sum insured unnecessarily for that hospital. So that is the basically query is that.
So the concern here is the moment the person is aware that the person is for discharge as to doctor, the billing team has to take up the billing, but the billing team actually takes a time for their billing process to complete because they have to get their credits and debits from pharmacy, from lab, and all those things before they try to do the billing for that particular hospitalization. So that billing after it is completed, if it is signed by the patient or the insured who is in the hospital with the time, we also know at what time the person was seeing the bill. The bill has been generated by the hospital and sent to us, and probably accordingly we can ask our PNM team to talk to the hospital on reducing this duration of billing.
Yeah. But doctor, one more thing here is that the TPA sends the confirmation that authorization is there, but hospital don't share with the patient sometime for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours just to extend that time. So is it not possible that the email of the patient is also a part of the authorization?
I think
So
Praneeta
that
is
is already done.
So if the patient tells the doctor that this is my email ID and it should be there, the authorization from their side or from your side or request all that, that should be with the patient also.
Sir, see, when we enroll the data for the staff policy, we update all the email IDs and phone numbers in our record wherever they are available with us. In retiree cases, we do not get most of the data. That's why they don't receive the messages and the emails on their numbers during hospitalization. But
Okay.
if during enrollment, if you give your email ID and phone numbers to HO, then that data is given to HITPA and we enroll that in our system. And whenever there is an hospitalization, the insured or the patient receives the notification on his number.
Okay, good. But is there a WhatsApp arrangements also with from HITPA side, or
Sir,
is it
we'll
just
be
the
coming up.
messages only?
Sir, we'll be coming up with that in next 2 to 3 months. We are updating with a new software. We have hired a new vendor. So you will get all the WhatsApp IVR facility with the new HITPA app very soon.
Okay, thank you. Murthy ji, you can take over now.
No, give it to Atal will ask. Atal.
From here, Mr. Atul will take over.
Chandra Prakash Atal.
Hello. Are you able to hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Madam, in HO, we are having our mail IDs and telephone numbers where we are getting all other messages. HO says that that has been uploaded in the HITPA, but HITPA, where is the gap coming? HO has to do it or this HITPA has to do it? How, where the gap is there? So we can take up that matter with them.
So this data is taken every year during the enrollment process. So by 31st of March, when you deposit your premium and all, that data is then consolidated by HO, New India HO, and then that is given to us by mid of May or first week of June, which we enroll in our systems then. So wherever in the retiree cases, we do not have 100% of the email IDs and phone numbers in our record. So wherever they are available, we update that in our system. And if there is any hospitalization for that retiree, you will get a notification on the SMS through SMS and the notification on an email ID also.
But how we can check whether the HITP has received that data or not that? Because HO says that ki we have given the data. They are having
So
our
we,
numbers in 4 5 years,
so we
but we are
receive that
not getting
data.
the SMS or the mail.
Okay.
Pranita, one suggestion or a request you can say. Is there
Yes, sir.
any way a person, a retiree, can check his profile during the midterm of the policy and check whether the email ID and phone numbers are updated or not? Number one. Number two, whether in the midterm, is there any process where the retiree can update through a mail or through some app or whatever to update their own email IDs and phone numbers?
So give us maximum 3 months of time. We'll give you a very updated and easy to handle mobile app in which you'll be able to get all the data related to your profile in the staff policy. You can update your details. You can see whether any of your detail are mapped with us or not. So we are just coming up with this new software where will we give you a very easy to handle and a very quick mobile app for all the users. So we are already on the testing phase. By January end, we would be giving this software, this app to every retiree very soon.
Okay, next is this what is happening to the family pensioners? They are not knowing the procedures or not that tech savvy. So they are not
Hmm.
able to deal and all that. Whether the HITPA can help them at various places, because they are means very old people and not technic savvy, and many of them are uneducated also, because they belong to class 3, class 4, or in that way. So how we can make their life easier, so that most of the
So
problems.
right. So for the retirees, we have a pan India metric which is already shared on all the platforms. We will share it again if it is not with you. So pan India resources are available in regional languages also. So in case someone is not very confident with English or other Hindi language, they can converse in their own language. We have as per the RO mapping of New India, we have our resources. Plus on another 30-40 locations, we have additional resources and branches where the retiree can talk to a person, resolve their queries, and if they need any assistance, we can help them out. So I think so for the retirees, talking on phone and getting their query addressed is much easier than mailing us the query and then checking that mail every day. So we have given mobile numbers in all the cases. So a pan India matrix is available. So which will be shared again. We can share this again with all of you. So retirees can anytime 24 into 7 can call upon our resources and they can get their queries addressed anytime.
Achha, one more, this whenever the hospital submits the bill,
Hmm.
do we have any system ki we can inform this insured ki this we have received the bills, because most of the cases hospital says that they have sent, and but they are preparing and sending, that takes nearly 3 to 4 hours. This is for always the problem. 4 5 hours hospital take, and then by that time they say to the hospital says that ki we have sent the bills, but you are not receiving any system is there ki as soon as you receive the bills, you inform to the insured. So by that time, if he is not informed, he can say that you are not sent. That way, cannot say in confidently they are with the hospital. That is
So
always the
see,
issue.
during pre-authorization, sir, on the claim form, on the request form, whatever mobile number you will fill in, and if the mobile number of the retiree is updated in our records, one SMS notification and email notification will go during this cashless process on every stage. When we'll receive the request, then also a notification will go. When we'll process it and send the approval, then also notification will go. I hope many of the retirees would already been receiving it.
No, madam. Most of the retirees are not
No,
receiving.
we are not receiving it.
We are not getting with. I have gone with the two operations with my this wife of this TKR, but I have not received any notification on all that dish, nor any cashless approval or nothing notification we receive. And after receiving, then we have to follow up on the phone and all that, and they say that then personally I have to take the WhatsApp or mail by talking to someone in HO and all this. But your system, if you make this system, so a lot of queries and lot of time of your executives is also be saved. Whenever you receive the bill, you send the message, and whenever you send your approval, the copy of that, if it goes to the insured, it will be a better one. So the insured can go and tell the hospital that this is the copy. Because hospital also, they are having 10 numbers of TPS, so they take half an hour to receive your mail. They have to see that, so that takes time and then take their own time. So if it is there and we can show them this is approval from the HITPA, so that will solve the problem. And this is not for the retired people, this is for everyone. And I think New
Yes.
India has insisted since 4 or 5 years, but this is when I was in the HO Mediclaim department at that time, RFP was floated in that way. It has been mentioned in the, but we are not getting this still implemented, and most of the cases from morning 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, the time goes. Yours time also goes, hospital patients also time goes. And when the time is sufficient with the patient, he will try to contact each and every person to ask TPA, insurance company and all that. So everybody's time is going. If we start this messaging and all that, so the procedure will be the fast one and transparent one, and a lot of these queries can be solved in this way, and that will be faster one. I think IRDA also mentioning this guidelines in that this way only. But where the gap is coming, and but it is still not activated still.
Yes, you are right.
Sir, very well acknowledged. This we already have in place. What we'll do, we'll share a list of the retirees where we do not have the email IDs and phone numbers. So we'll request near us to please arrange that for us. Rest will also check why retirees are not receiving this SMS and email, because this process is already in our system. A general insured of any retail policy or other GMC policy are receiving the notifications on SMS and email. So in case any of New India retiree is not receiving it, that we'll check and we'll update near us on this.
Ma'am, here I'll just intervene. See,
Yes, sir.
you just stated that when we fill a claim form, we give our email ID and we give our phone number also. So a person will not give a phone number which does not belong to him. Some number will be given. At least when you say that we send these numbers, that number should be updated with you till the person says, okay, this is not my number. Once I am writing my number on the claim form, then I should get a message. So how do you say that updation is required if it is not there? Every time a claim form is filled, without phone number, nobody is going to fill up.
Yes,
Yes.
it's correct.
Sir, if a phone number is filled up on a claim form, the notification must have gone on that number.
So that should be updated in your site also automatically for once. At that time, that this patient for this insured, this is the number. Secondly, let me be very clear. I have been using your website for downloading the cards. And let me tell you, I have been sending mails also. I am unable to, my age is still 60. My email is still United India. And I have told them to update it. It is not updated. So every time you say that we are coming up with this, can you update my ID?
Yes, sir. We can update.
When? Why should not I update it on the website? Why you are not giving me that
Yes,
facility?
you will be able to update it in next 3 months. When we'll give
Sorry. This is my profile. Why it should be 3 months? It should be the day HITPA started. That is not okay.
Sir,
But
currently,
the HITPA is not concerned about my profile. They are concerned about your things. So my profile, I should be updated the day you started my website.
Now
That's
from
not okay.
now onwards,
Okay, you can continue now.
Murthy will
I
take
had my
over.
grievance. I just told it.
Mr. Daya, Mr. Murthy will take over now. Mr. Murthy,
Hello.
yes.
Murli Iyer has asked some question. That's all. Or two, three questions is there.
Hi, yeah. Good evening, everybody.
Murli Iyer, Pune.
Uh, Praneeta madam, see whether we can devise a mechanism wherein they sometimes क्या होता है, claim managers, they don't pick up the phone. Mostly we in Pune area we don't have problem because Gadekar is giving us good service. But in some remotest area, especially on weekends, the claim managers may not receive the phone due to their कुछ problem होगा या ये festival है. Whether we can devise a mechanism where there we shall share the dedicated mobile numbers of our nearest committee members, and in case the mobile numbers of our retirees are not attended, they should at least receive our phone calls, and we shall be calling them only in case of emergency. We will not disturb them. Whether we can work out some modalities.
Yes,
हर
sir.
एरिया में
This
से
can
दो
be
तीन
worked.
लोगों का हर एरिया में से हम 2-3 लोगों का नंबर देंगे और हम लोग रात को नहीं फोन करेंगे, दिन भर में नॉर्मल इसमें हम फोन करेंगे और हमारा प्रॉब्लम बताएंगे और ये इमरजेंसी में ही होगा.
सब बिल्कुल इसमें इशू नहीं है. अगर कोई ऐसा रिमोट लोकेशन है वेयर यू आर नॉट गेटिंग द सर्विसेज, आप वो हमें बता भी सकते हैं. सेकेंडली, अगर कोई किसी पर्टिकुलर रीजन में कॉल पिक नहीं हो रहा है, देन यू हैव अ डेडिकेटेड एचओ मैट्रिक्स आल्सो, जिसमें न्यू इंडिया जिप्सा पे मोहन इज अवेलेबल, देन दीपाली's मोबाइल नंबर इज देयर एंड माय मोबाइल नंबर इज आल्सो देयर. सो एवरीवन पिक्स अप द फोन ऑन वीकेंड्स आल्सो. तो उसमें चैलेंज आपको नहीं आएगा. अगर किसी एक पर्टिकुलर रीजन में वन पर्सन इज नॉट एबल टू आंसर, आप एचओ में देयर आर 3 more कनेक्ट्स विच यू कैन ट्राई, आपको जरूर रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा.
तो ये एचओ न्यू इंडिया के ऑफिसर्स है क्या?
नहीं सर, ये हमारे ही ऑफिसर्स हैं.
अच्छा ही है.
वी हैव
अच्छा
आवर
अच्छा
एचओ मैट्रिक्स जिसमें न्यू
अच्छा.
इंडिया जिप्सा पे मोहन इज अवेलेबल, देन
हाँ.
मोहन के बाद दीपाली इज अवेलेबल. इन सबके मोबाइल नंबर्स ऑलरेडी शेयर्ड है. इन
ओके
आवर
ओके
मैट्रिक्स आल्सो इट इज मेंशन. हम उसको रीशेयर कर देंगे.
चलेंगे चलेगा. और रिसेंटली अभी आई वुड लाइक टू कांग्रेचुलेट कोविड क्लेम्स. आप लोगों ने बहुत एक्सपीडियसली सेटल किया है मैडम. वी आर ऑल वेरी
थैंक
हैप्पी.
यू.
इन्हें 2-3 दिन में भी हुआ है. लेकिन रिसेंटली इट इज ब्रॉट कि अभी रीइंबर्समेंट क्लेम कुछ कुछ एरियाज में थोड़े डिले हो रहे.
सर
तो
आप
उसको
मुझे
थोड़ा
रीजंस
स्पीड
बता
अप.
सकते हैं?
नहीं समझो छोटा
एनी
कैटरेक्ट
पर्टिकुलर
क्लेम है.
रीजन? नहीं
हाँ
सर, एनी पर्टिकुलर रीजन यू आर फेसिंग द इशू?
नहीं, पुणे हो या मुंबई, पुणे में भी थोड़े बहुत है. लेकिन हम लोग रुकते हैं. लेकिन कैटरेक्ट क्लेम समझो 28,000 का है, 30-40 हजार का है. और वो
बिल्कुल.
लोग एक्टिव है और शायद हमारे मेंबर भी नहीं होंगे.
हम्म.
लेकिन थोड़ा स्पीड अप होगा तो अच्छा है. अगर समझो स्मॉल अमाउंट है, इफ इट इज सेटल्ड विद इन 7 days to 10 days, पीपल विल बी हैप्पी. whether we can do anything. अगर बड़ा आईएसडी है, सीबीजी है, वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड, उसको टाइम लगता है. यू हैव टू लॉट ऑफ पेपर वर्क इज देयर. लेकिन स्मॉलर क्लेम्स अगर अप टू 30-40,000 थोड़ा जल्दी हो गए तो पीपल विल बी हैप्पियर. उतना ही है.
Any other question?
Yes,
Normally,
sir.
no.
Now,
हाँ,
Murthy,
एक क्वेश्चन आया है. एक क्वेश्चन
Sir,
अपना
whatever
ग्रुप में
claims
आया है.
are pending, you can get us know. That will be attended on priority.
यस यस.
No, especially the reimbursement claims, it takes a very longer time in most of the regions, because see, from Bangalore also I have seen they will be keep on inquiring, but we used to tell them that you please wait for some time. But what is the number of days it will take? See, at least within 15-20 days it has to be settled. It takes more than 20 days for settling the reimbursement claims.
Yeah, Praneeta, I will intervene here.
Sir, any particular region you are facing this issue?
No, most of the cases, madam, most of the cases in the reimbursement, especially from Bangalore region, I'm telling, it takes more than 20 days, even 1 month also. More than 1 month also it takes for the reimbursement claims.
प्रणीता, एक चीज आप बता सकते हैं reimbursement claims में with my experience with the HITPA and the disbursement from HO, do you have some timeline for which in the past, let's say last 6 months, what is the timeline of clearing the claims from HITPA, and what is the timeline for from the time you have cleared the claim and given it to the HO for disbursement? Because if I'm not mistaken, the disbursements are done by the HO, right? For
Yes,
reimbursements.
yes, sir.
So, do you have some data in which we can find out what is the timeline from the time all the documents have reached you, and the time you have cleared the claim, and the timeline from the clearance of the claim till the disbursement of the claim?
Yes, sir. Sir, average TAT for HITPA to process the claim if all the documents are in place is around 9 days. Within 9 days, 8 to 9 days, we refer the case to HO for the payment. Sir, HO usually clears the cases within 48 hours. So maximum in 11 to 12 days, usually a claim get disbursed. Yes, there are some cases because since on New India we have to upload these claims on an SFTP portal. Some claims do move into some errors which has to be resolved. It usually happens in cases when the employee status changes from an employee to a retiree. So the first claim when he lodge after being converted to a retiree, we will face an error. So in all such, so there are some specific errors in which some claims move. So maybe their TAT goes a little beyond the average TAT. But within, I say, 12 to 15 days, usually all the claims are disbursed.
Praneeta ji, I am saying 12 to 15 days, working days or normal days?
So of course, working days.
Yeah, of course, say working days, because lot of in this month at least a lot of holidays are there. So
Yes.
it will be further delayed if the claims are coming up. So
And
every time say working day.
now
Achha,
it is a time to take over from us, Mr. Murthy. Mr. Murthy, are you hearing me?
Hello.
Yes, now you take over.
Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you.
Achha. My voice may not be clear because I'm suffering from cough, cold, and this. We welcome the HITPA team on behalf of our NRS, and we thank you for accepting our invitation. I was just listening to the questions and answer session. I have still some questions left, which I just want to clear ourselves. Okay, right.
Yes,
Achha, regarding this HITPA cards, ID cards, if there's a date of birth, any difference does it make? If date of birth is typed wrong or something, does it make any difference in settlement of claims?
Sir, if it is usually a difference of 1 to 2 years, then it can be managed. But yes, if it is a gap of more than 3 years, then it has to be corrected through head office.
No. And this HITPA app to be updated, will it be updated? HITPA app to be updated, will it be updated? Because it's not so.
Sir, HITPA app for retirees you are mentioning? So you are referring to the HITPA app which we give to retirees?
Can't hear you, madam.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yes, now you're audible.
Sir, you are referring to the app which the retirees are using from HITPA?
It has to be
Sir,
updated.
we have already hired a new software vendor with whom we are doing all the testing. So within next 3 months, sir, we'll be giving you a updated, easy to handle, quick mobile app where you can edit your profile, see your all the details, and everything will be very handy for you. So we are already on the testing phase. By this January or January 25, we'll be launching it.
Regarding domiciliary hospitalization, can you hear, madam?
Yes, sir.
Regarding domiciliary hospitalization, a patient should be he's treated as a domiciliary hospitalization when there is no beds in the hospital, or neither the patient can be removed to the hospital. Correct?
Right, sir.
So why it cannot be extended? Because there are some cases where the patient is advised to take rest at home only. and the hospital says that you go home and take rest. That doesn't come under hospitalization. Whether it comes under domiciliary hospitalization, 20% of the sum insured is payable under domiciliary hospitalization. That is written as per the policy condition. So what is the
Sir,
exact?
Sir, rest will not come under domiciliary hospitalization. Further, I'll request Dr. Chetna to elaborate on this. Dr. Chetna?
Post the discharge, if the person is advised rest, we take it under post-hospitalization period. But if a domiciliary hospitalization is excluding hospitalization, so the person requires hospitalization but unable to get hospitalized because of his condition and there is no beds, where the person is not able to move to the hospital, in such situation, domiciliary hospitalization is admissible. But when a person is already hospitalized and then subsequently moves to home for rest, that doesn't fall under domiciliary hospitalization.
So, sir, there are two things. One is rest is advised after hospitalization, and one is that patient is not able to go to hospital and treatment is being done at home. So, when treatment is taken at home, that would be considered under domiciliary.
Without hospitalization.
Regarding Ayurvedic treatment, whether it can be made cashless, why cashless? When Ayush has, when government has declared that it should be made cashless, why HITPA is not able to do it? Or is there any guidelines as to whether GIPSA or someone has to give permission to HITPA to make it cashless? Ayurvedic treatment, many people go for that also. That is the thing.
Ayurvedic already we are doing cashless if the hospital is doing cashless. Nowadays, previously the Ayurvedic hospitals, because their hospitalization is for a longer period, they were not going for cashless. But nowadays, with the new hospitals coming up in Ayurveda, so cashless is already there. If the hospital agrees to send us the pre-authorization request in that case, we will definitely do it a cashless.
Now, what are the norms for Ayurvedic hospital? How many beds or something? There are norms like that. Here, 15 beds is necessary, and this like that. Whether in Ayurvedic hospital there should be not so many number of beds, so many doctors. Is there any prescribed category for it for Ayurvedic treatment? If a person is
so, Dr. Chetna will answer this. Dr. Chetna?
Yeah, Bhagya will answer.
Sir, it should be a registered. Sir, it should be a registered hospital, and minimum 10-bedded hospital it should be.
10-bedded.
Yes, yes.
No, because we stay most of the people have settled in their own villages or hometowns where the beds will not be up to the number granted, 15 or 10. Okay, it may be there, but if it's an Ayurvedic. No, because
and it should be a registered hospital.
It depends on the
Dr. Chetna, just one clarification. Is it registered hospital and 10-bedded, or it is registered hospital or 10-bedded?
Both.
It should be both. Yes, sir.
Hello. Madam, for neurology and arthritis, there's no need for hospitalization, but the treatment goes on. Whether that claim is payable, because it's a long-term treatment which needs no hospitalization, because they tell you to come for scanning, X-ray and everything, but nothing is payable, because we as pensioners are feeling it very difficult, because most of the pensioners will be having joint pains only, knee pains and stomach and whatever, the common problem, old age problems. So there's no provision for that, because X-rays, everything costs too much, and being treated as OPD, they're not able to get any reimbursement from that. Though we are paying premiums and heavy, is there any way out?
So only if OPD coverage is provided in the policy, probably we could accommodate up to the limit provided for OPD. But presently in the policy where you don't covered, I don't think so. We have this OPD provision.
That means to say that even for an X-ray, that person has to get himself hospitalized to claim the reimbursement.
No.
So, other way around, it is like that only, madam. Because if we get taken for a daycare treatment and come out, we are not getting any bills. Now, especially our BP, sugar levels, every 3 months we go for tests and all. That okay, we are not claiming. Everyone is suffering. Almost 90% of the population, 70% of the population is suffering from BP and sugar. There's no doubt about it. If no one, if every fourth person or fifth person is suffering from one of the other, if we ask anyone, are you? No, then he'll start his old age history. ये इसमें दर्द है, उसमें दर्द है. That's all. So that's not. We are concerned about our reimbursement. How more it can be available. Any way out. That is the thing.
Murthy, any other question?
Yeah, I have got two questions, Sharma ji.
Please.
Which are from our fraternity only. Praneeta madam, what shall be the maximum maternity expenses limit in case of twin child?
In case of twin child.
Maternity limit will remain the same.
Same, no?
Same.
So it will be same.
Because delivery is one.
Because delivery, sir, the event is only one.
नहीं, लेकिन ऐसा तो नहीं है ना कि 5 मिनट लेट हो गया, 10 मिनट लेट है ना. It is a valid question asked by our own member only.
Yes, sir. It's a very much valid question and it is a good question. Everyone should know about it. Since the event is one, two children are being delivered. Delivery is one only.
Okay.
That is why it will be taken as one event.
Okay.
So maternity limit will be paid. Normal or C-sec, only one will be paid.
Okay. And one more small question. What is bronchoscopy and whether it is a test or a procedure, whether it is payable?
It is a test, sir. All scopies are test. Bronchoscopy, cystoscopy, all these are tests, and if it is done individually, it will not be paid.
If something is diagnosed
and a further treatment, if further treatment is given by the hospital with hospitalization, then both will be covered. It will be covered under pre-hospitalization.
Okay. तो evaluation and diagnostic में उसको उड़ा देंगे, है ना?
Yes, sir. Only अगर कराएंगे कुछ नहीं निकला, अगर अच्छी बात है कुछ नहीं निकले, अगर कुछ नहीं निकला, only test किया है तो उसको हम नहीं पे कर पाएंगे.
Okay.
Praneeta ji, I have a query based on the cashless things. How the HITPA is managing or consulting the various hospitals who deny cashless? Or is there some procedure by HITPA and the companies together, somehow GIPSA or whatever it is, that how they bring those hospitals on the board that they give cashless?
So first of all, now we have a system for cashless everywhere. IRD has given this regulation that any hospital, if they fulfills the criteria, they can send us the pre-authorization request and we cannot deny any cashless request from any hospital. So we have a procedure for 72 hours to check the hospital. We see that all the accreditation are in place, the hospital fulfills all the requirement, and we negotiate the packages with them, and then we have to give the cashless authorization to each and every hospital.
No, ma'am. This question is other way around. You give but hospital says I don't give cashless. I will not allow cashless.
Sir,
is there any arrangement going on with such hospitals? That how to take care of those things by law or through
categorically says ki I do not want to go for cashless, then we cannot do anything on that case. Because first of all, the hospital has to agree with us. Then we have to go for a package negotiations, because we cannot give any amount of money for any treatment. There has to be a package for all the surgeries which comes under the GIPSA PPN package. So
ma'am, I'm not saying. I'm only saying IRT has come out with a circular that every hospital should give that cashless, and those hospitals they don't allow. I'm thinking how is HITPA or companies are managing somehow that maximum hospitals give cashless. I'm only asking this. I'm not saying you don't do it, or if all hospitals say we will not give cashless, then it means there is no law which will force them to give cashless. Right? I want to just ask that question.
So you want to understand that how are we empaneling the hospitals for cashless and how this arrangement is working?
No, empanelment is not an issue at all. You empaneled in time, but the hospital should be ready to get empaneled. No?
Sir,
if hospital is not ready, then what it should do?
The problem here is that unfortunately the insurance companies do come under the regulator, but the medical facilities in our country are still irregulated. There is no regulator for the medical fraternity health services. So till the time we get a regulator for the health services, I don't think we will be able to get them on board.
नवनीत जी, मुझे लगता है जब एचओ टीम goes for hospital PPN MOUs ना, that time it has to be taken care of. Hello.
Atalji, that's not the issue. I'm in business. I have my own hospital. I will take the decision whether I should give cashless or not. Nobody can force me unless by law I have to do as a statutory requirement for some cases or partly cases, poor cases, whatever it is. Even in Ayushman Bharat, I have seen in some of the cities where my parents live and all those, that every hospital do not go for it. Though they are empaneled, they will say, we don't have the team for your surgery. Today we cannot do this, something like that, and then patient has to go somewhere else. So it is a purely personal matter with the hospitals. Nobody can force them.
Mr. Murthy?
Hello?
Now you give the
Hello?
touch.
Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Madam, regarding neurocardiology treatment involving MRI, physiotherapy, hotel expenses, these are too much. It's only given in at the time of day treatment. If the person gets hospitalized, then only this will be payable. But this is for which is more costly, especially in this particular types of business, neurocardiology and this. So can anything be done with it? Because MRI and everything is scanned, they tell that you go home or something like that. Or otherwise, he has to join as an inpatient. What is to be done?
Sir, there has to be yes. Yes, Dr. Chetna, please continue.
Yeah, there should be an OPD benefit available in the policy for us to accommodate these bills. Standalone basis, we will not be able to pay these. And in case the person wants to get this paid and gets hospitalized, the hospitalization should be warranted and it should be a justified admission. Only then this can be accommodated.
Sir, next year you have to get OPD included in the staff policy.
But yes,
are you joking? Are you joking or what, Praneeta?
Sir, I think retirees maximum are having the OPD issues.
Abhi at the moment hospitalization de rahe hain, we should be thankful to our company. OPD agar aa gaya, so the premium will be at least tripled, if not double.
ये भी बंद हो जाएगा जो मेरे
ये भी बंद हो जाएगा.
Hello.
Murthy, you gave the last.
If the assistant is needed at home, nursing charges at home, is it payable? Take care. The nurses, if they come home and take care. Yes, assistant.
Sir, these are not payable.
Not payable, that we know, madam. How it will become payable? That's what I'm asking.
Murthy sir, you have all the queries. I should not answer. New India HO should answer.
Murthy,
yes.
that is
absolutely.
Okay,
Murthy.
Okay.
This will never end.
Hello. Hello.
Acha.
Anyone else to ask, or shall we close because time is up?
You better you close.
Murthy sir, we can ask the panel to give us an insight on Ayurvedic treatment. 2-3 minutes का भी जो भी है, it will be informative.
Ayurvedic treatment, you want to ask questions?
No questions. Let them come out. What is specific exclusion है, क्या cover है, क्या नहीं है. Basic information, not too technical.
Sir, we will do that. Dr. Bhagya.
Hello. Sir, actually in Ayurvedic treatment, whichever is listed in Ayush guidelines, there are around 20 to 30 diseases which are already listed. For them, this many days of hospitalization is required, and this is the treatment protocol. If the hospital follows that protocol and the treatment is given, those diseases will be covered. It is not only for the it's a spa kind of a thing where patient will go for rehabilitation techniques and all. That will not be covered.
Correct. And which measure what are not covered and what are अभी जैसे हार्ट रिलेटेड नहीं देते, डायबिटीज नहीं देते, वैसे और कोई डिजीज है या क्या क्या पेएबल है, अंडर व्हाट कंडीशन?
Like spondylosis, osteoarthritis, and then neurological disorders and some eye treatments. These things are covered.
Okay.
And jaundice, some ailments are there with the specific coverage details that will be payable, sir.
Whether any specific circular is there, can you people share it with
Ministry of Ayush circular is there on that.
Okay. We will be guided by that then.
Okay.
Madam, please share that circular with us.
Okay. Yes.
आप मूर्ति सर को
Murthy. Madam, regarding Ayurveda.
Sir.
Regarding Ayurveda, the names are given with some limits in the Ayush. I have seen that. That for 1100, 1200 per day it is, or what is the cost of it? What is it like? I could not.
That is for per sitting, per procedure. For sitting. 1 day sitting. Yes.
And there should be hospitalized in the hospital only.
Yes, in the hospital only.
And that too, they have to follow the same. That only claim will be settled by HITPA.
Yes.
Whatever Ayush has set the guidelines, that hospital has to follow.
Follow the same.
Another thing regarding the composite package, they do it, and if the bill exceeds more, what is what is to be done? They give you a combined package of this and this day for 3 days or 5 days, and if the cost exceeds, they bill you more. What is the procedure? Whether the insured has to bear it, or what is it like?
Means more than the expenses of the Ayush guidelines that insured has, the hospital has to
No, not for you, ma'am. No, for allopathy I'm talking about. There is a composite package given for 3 days, 5 days treatment, and if the bill exceeds that composite package, who has to bear the cost?
The PPM package has to be followed by the hospital. If the particular treatment done is falling under PPM, we'll go as per PPM packages only. By chance there is a requirement that the person has to stay in the hospital due to instability post the procedure, then in such cases there should be a justification from the hospital on the need for extra stay, and that extra stay should be required, or it should be written in the discharge summary, and it should also be recorded in the receipt. Only in such situations the claim can be considered beyond that package for those many days. If it is not there and there is no justifications and the stay is unjustified, then we'll have to restrict it to PPN package only.
Regarding robotic surgery, 50% of the sum insured it is given. There are different types of what some names are given. 50% of the sum assured they are telling. What does it mean? And because we cannot understand the medical terms as to what has been quoted in the policy, as to what is 50% and whether robotic surgery is payable 100%. What is the difference between 50 and 100%? In which cases 100% is payable and which cases 50% of the sum this is payable?
So 100% of robotic procedure is payable, but the meaning of that particular sentence is it's 50% of the SI. So maximum is 10 lakhs. So it is not the entire sum insured which can be admissible for robotic.
On this, can you please correct me if I'm right or wrong? 50% of the sum insured means the robotic portion of the amount. You know, if the total claim is let's say the total claim is 10 lakhs and the robotic portion is for 3 lakhs and the sum insured is let's say 15 lakhs, so 100% robotic claim is payable.
Yes,
so 50% of the sum insured for the robotic portion. That is the limit, not otherwise, not for the full claim. Am I correct?
Not on the full claim, it's for the robotic arm. The robotic arm is something where the surgeon is not operating directly. The surgeon utilizes a robot to do the procedure on the patient. So that robot, whatever they're using, they will have a robotic arm and forceps. These are all which are disposables, which are not used again on another patient. So these disposable items which are involved in a robotic procedure are falling under the robotic component.
Right. So the charges for the robotic arm should not
Yes, sir.
exceed 50% of the total sum insured.
It will not exceed, sir. It will normally cost around 1.2 to
I know,
1.3.
I know. So practically, the robotic surgeries are covered.
Yes, sir.
But the condition is the same. The robotic portion charges should not be more than 50% of the total sum insured. This is the technical
Yes.
part.
Yeah, but
Yes.
this is informative.
Very good. बहुत
There
सारे
is
नी रिप्लेसमेंट केसेस आ रहे हैं ना अभी. Many knee replacement cases are on the rise.
Yeah, right, sir. There
Hello.
are many knee replacement cases, but the robotic portion charges are still, less than 50% of the sum insured.
Correct.
In these robotic charges also, the treatment is faster and the cure is faster. So the longer time in the hospital is also saved. So overall, we say robotic, but they are otherwise reasonable. And I think patient heals well. And the total cost of treatment is not, I think is reduced as far as I can understand.
डॉक्टर साहब थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम है इसमें at times you won't believe this Max Saket went for they opted for robotic surgery for appendix removal of one of my clients, and it was about 1.5 lakhs more expensive than the normal operation. So these hospitals at times are fleecing gullible insureds, and especially when they have the coverage. So insured also doesn't mind paying extra.
Navneet, you answered the question yourself. That when they are not professionals, they are under that doctor is under basically the pressure that how many surgeries, how much cost should come to the hospital.
Exactly.
They will do that. Otherwise, this treatment is faster.
Yes.
And I think reasonably less than the normal procedure everywhere.
For most of the surgeries, complicated surgeries, robotic surgeries are a wonder.
Yeah, I just had a robotic surgery for my mother-in-law, where half of the kidney was also saved. Wow. The cancer treatment was done, and she was out of the hospital in 5 days.
Wow, wonderful.
So you can understand how these things are developing in future.
The complicated surgeries, the intricate surgeries are definitely far more better with surgery.
Murthy, Mr. Murthy.
Hello.
Now you take over and give the vote of thanks to everybody who attended it.
Hello.
We're hearing you.
Okay. On behalf of NIRS, we thank the HITPA management, the panel of doctors for giving their valuable time, and we have already exceeded by 10 minutes. Sorry for the same. This will be a never-ending procedure. We thank you on behalf of NIRS for answering our questions very patiently, and it will help a lot to our pensioners. Once again, on behalf of NIRS, a big thank you to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting us for this wonderful interaction.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So kind of you, madam. Right. Okay.
Should I end it?
Good namaskar.